Hello everyone, and good time zone. And what is up, gamers? Shoot! Cheese pizza. I was gonna take a couple ibuprofens before stream started, and I got distracted by some technical difficulties. We've been having technical difficulties, everyone. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But yeah, I was going to take a couple ibuprofens because of reasons I'll get into in just a minute. But we're doing some spooky season art today because it turns out this is like the hottest week we've had in a while. And I was like, I really need to get ready for Halloween. So let's paint some happy little ghosts. I'm going to grab my ibuprofen. I'll be back in just a moment. And I will explain to you what the heck's going on. Also, due to the aforementioned heat, I do have a fan running in the room. If it is, like, super annoying, please let me know, and I will try and fix that in some way. But I don't think I'll be functional without some kind of air circulation in here, because it is very hot and sweaty today. Anyways, I have my ibuprofens. They look like that. Hang on. Oh, I think it's just the spookiest googly eyes on that ghost. Oh my god. Anyways, hello. 2. Pickles! Hello, welcome in, welcome. You know what else is hot apart from this very hot August day, asked Pickles? That's right, your tea! Thankfully, I did add ice cubes, so it's now tepid. Anyways, thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna have some of what's left of this coffee from earlier. Also, hello, Mira. Welcome in. Welcome. Hope y'all are having the loveliest of lovely Mondays. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a good week, because I haven't been here for a while. For reasons. Terrible reasons. But more on that in a bit. Let's stick a pin in that for a moment. Ernesto, hello. Welcome in. It's lovely to see you, and a happy Monday to you, too. I hope you are well. Lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Hope everyone is well and happy and healthy and good in every possible way. One of my teeth is effed, so I wasn't here on Thursday because I had to make an emergency dentist appointment because I was in agonizing amounts of pain. I am now on antibiotics. I have been told to continue taking ibuprofen, add one, which is most of the time that I'm awake, and I have to have a root canal. I'm gonna get a crown put on. It's gonna be so expensive, and I do not have the budget for this, and it scares me a little bit. I also have a shop update coming in the next few weeks. So antibiotics. Yes, she's visiting, and she is a right pain in the backside. So demanding. But she reckons it'll do me some good in the long run, so, I'll allow it. Anyways, R.I.P. your mouth. Thank you, Pickles. The fact that I've made it to the ripe old age of, 40 some odd, and this is the first time I've needed something like a root canal, feels pretty good. I actually stopped going to the dentist, around the time that the panini hit, because I was getting reminders, text reminders from the dentist in, May of 2020, being so you're due for your dental checkup, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Did you not notice, that there is a global sort of, illness issue that's kind of a big deal right now that would maybe make me not want to just have, a dentist routinely, for no particular reason, be sticking their hands in my mouth and breathing directly into my face? Do you think maybe I might want to not do that right now? Anyways, and then my mouth just kept being fine, so I just didn't go to the dentist for 5 years. And you know what? when I went to the dentist on Thursday, he said apart from the one tooth that got all bad, which I knew about because it got broken because of reasons like many, many years ago, and it's had a filling for like 10 years, and I knew eventually this filling was going to reach the end of its life, and it has. So I'm not surprised by the root canal thing. It's just like, I hate this, and I don't want to have to do it. But nevertheless, it was something of an inevitability, so I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed. But he said, this dentist, I like this man. What a wonderful man. He said, other than this, your teeth are really good. Like, your teeth are entirely fine for someone your age. Like, I've got nothing else to worry about. And I love that, because, like, every other dentist that I saw sort of in the 5 years leading up to the panini, they were always like, can we sell you something? And I started to get really wary of going to the dentist, because every time there would be some kind of new source of shame. And I don't enjoy being shamed. You know? Weirdly, I don't think that's fun. So I was like, once the panini hit, and I was like, I have a plausible excuse to not go in, I just stopped going. Anyways, but this dentist was real nice. He was like, yeah, actually, your teeth are fine. And I'm like, I know this, and I like you. Thank you. Thank you. Good. I mean, I'm going to end up having to give the dentist piles of money anyways, because they're having to do a whole bunch of stuff to this tooth. But, so it goes. Anywho, should have had a Zoom appointment, says Pickles. How would that work? Do you just, like, attempt to open your mouth at the webcam? I feel like that can't possibly work well. But it's very funny to think about. Sammy chewed on too many nudes. With one tooth only, says Pickles. Okay, Pickles, here's the best thing about this effed up tooth. Okay, here's the best part. The kicker. The very greatest. The best thing is that this tooth, do you want to know how I broke this tooth in the first place? Because it's great. I was at Waitrose Cafe in the city I live in. There's a Waitrose supermarket that has, you know, the little supermarket cafe in it where you can go and get a nice lunch. Well, you know, an adequate lunch, because it's a supermarket cafe. It's not that salubrious, right? But, you know, it's fine. Anyways, this tooth, says Pickles. Yes, this tooth. Okay. So I was at Waitrose Cafe with my moderator / spouse. We were having a nice little date day at the supermarket, having a nice lunch before doing our shop, as you do. Fun stuff. And they had a children's menu, and oftentimes for lunch, like, I don't want a big meal, I don't want anything, like, large, but I also don't want just, like, a sandwich. I don't want a sandwich. You know what I mean? So, nah. So I ordered off the children's menu, and from the children's menu, I got the fish fingers with chips and peas. Because sometimes I like to have a kid's menu type meal, and fish fingers with chips and peas sounded very appealing to me. These chips, I have to say, there was very little crispness to them. They were like the thick cut chips, and they were very soft. And I took a chip, I dipped it in a little ketchup, as you do. I bit into the chip, and the softest chip I have ever experienced in my lifetime of mouthfeels was the thing that broke my goddamn tooth. A soft chip. Floury potato broke my tooth. What the hell? And now, 10 years on, I am having to re-strengthen my poor little, what's left of my poor little tooth, because there's only about 2/3 of it. The rest is filling. Anyways, I was never a big fan of that Waitrose Cafe, because, like, 9 times out of 10, whatever thing I wanted to order off of the menu, they didn't have any, or it would take, like, 30 minutes for them to make it, and I was like, nah. So it goes. Anyways. So, you explain this to me as if I was a Ukrainian, says Pickles. I don't know. I don't know. I think most of these concepts are at least somewhat universal. You understand a soft potato food. Chenga, hello, welcome in. How are you doing, my friend? It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Chenga says, and a bear broke in, was threatening a baby with a gun, and you jumped and then stopped the bear and then broke your tooth having a celebratory glass bottle of Coke. I mean, that would have been much more dramatic than a soft chip, but, I have come close to chipping a tooth on like a glass bottle before or something. Like maybe it was a mug, I don't know. I'm very stupid and sometimes I think my depth perception is somewhat off. But maybe your tooth was ticklish and the soft chip touched it in the right way. Oh no, I think it was the very wrong way. Cengiz says I'm pretty sure that's the real story and clearly everything else is a fabrication. Oh, I mean, you got me there. How can I refute that? I couldn't possibly. Anyway, so that's the last few days for me has been dealing with the ramifications of this brave little tooth that is trying its best to hang on. And chat, I'm scared. Not to get like real for a second, but I'm genuinely kind of scared. I've never had one of these done before, and the last time I had like a big dentist thing done, I was unconscious and woke up at the end of it, and they were like, "Hey, here's the 5 teeth we removed. Do you want to keep them?" And I was like, "Yes, please." And the dental assistant was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes, please." And then she handed them to me and backed away looking mildly alarmed, but in my defense, I was extremely stoned on dentist drugs. I didn't know of whence I was doing. Anyways. Jenga says, hi, happy time zone to you too. Okay, just doing work and semi-lurking. I hope you have a lovely, lovely semi-lurk. Thank you. And sorry about your tooth, for real. Dental stuff always freaks me out. I am done, hopefully, talking about dental stuff. I'm so sorry. Rex says, I mean, she asked. She did, and I appreciate that. Pickle says, show me the teeth. I confess, I had thought that my mother had thrown away my teeth, so I didn't bring them with me when I moved to the UK. Last time I was at home, though, I learned that they are, in fact, still in what used to be my bedroom. In a little ornamental box. I do have a really cool photo of the teeth somewhere there, but just in case that freaks anybody out, I won't show it on stream. But I will try and remember to post it in the Discord later on. But yeah, also I had an extra wisdom tooth beyond the number that people are supposed to have. That's a whole other kettle of fish that I won't get into today. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that I got a message from the stream sticker thing up top as I had just started stream. It was like, "Hey, your browser source isn't properly configured," and I was like, "What the hell are you talking about? It's exactly configured as it's supposed to be," but apparently it's not, and I don't know how to fix it. So, oh no, Pickles, why? Pickles, no! Okay, we have a terrible drawing request. I was gonna move these paints because I was gonna use different paints today. But I'll do a terrible drawing in just a second. Also, how's it going, Rex? It's lovely to see you and welcome to whatever the hell is happening today. I'm having a time. But yeah, I don't know if stickers are working because they say that the browser source is broken, but it's the exact same browser source URL as the one that it looks like it points to in the website. So I don't know what they're talking about, and I don't know how to fix it while I'm live. So maybe don't try to do stickers because I don't know if it'll just eat your like biddies, and I don't want you to waste your like actual money on a fun thing that isn't working. One moment. Anyways. Heck. Where's the shoot! Where's the damn pretzels? Where's the... no! Where's the damn... I had a box of these paints going and it's missing! No! No! Why? Both stickers and sound alerts say offline, says Mary. Yeah, it's taken a poop, says Pickles. I genuinely don't know how to reconfigure it. The broadcaster's offliners deactivated stickers. None of this is true. What is going on? I don't know why it's doing that. I'm so sorry. It's like I checked the browser source and it's like, it's correct. So like, it's just pooped its pants. And I tried to fix it and it was like, nope. And it's just like, okay, you have to drag and drop this into your scene. I'm just like, but if I drag and drop it into my scene, am I just going to have 2 sticker browser sources? Because that ain't no good. I don't need 2 sticker browser sources. That's too many. Hey, Maggie, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. I pop into Sammy cursing. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. We're having a day here. We're having some kind of a day. I have a terrible drawing to do. For anyone who's not familiar with the concept, and also for anyone who's new here, I'm sorry. I want to tell you that things aren't always this chaotic and stupid, but I also don't want to lie to you. Suffice to say, hi, I'm Twitch user Sammy Kelch, and I'm trying my best. For anyone who is not new here, hello. It's lovely to see you also. Welcome, welcome. We're having some kind of a day. I have had some kind of a, like, 4 days, honestly, because of the whole root canal thing, and now stream isn't working correctly, and I do not know how to fix it, so, you know. You can't see my face, but I'm putting on a brave one. We have a terrible drawing request. Did you know that if you have 5,000 channel points, you can give me a request to draw something from memory or sight unseen for in 5 minutes or less on the terrible drawing canvas. This is the newest one. I need to draw the box with teeth in my old room. So apologies to anyone who doesn't want to see that. I'm gonna try my very best. Sammy didn't say she wouldn't lie to us, only that she wouldn't lie to the new people. I am terrible at lying. I am genuinely terrible at lying. I don't like doing it. It makes me feel sad. Sometimes I say too much in the name of not lying to people. Aoife says, hi, I'm new here. I'm sorry to hear about your root canal thing. I hope you feel better soon. Wow, lovely to see you, Aoife. Welcome on in. I've definitely never met you before in my life. Hello. That felt weird. No, you are a cherished member of the community. Hello, welcome. I've got 5 minutes. I've got 5 minutes or less to draw some teeth in an ornamental box in my old room in my parents' house in Canada. I don't know how much of that context is going to get into the drawing because it's a 5-minute drawing and it's going to be about this big because I'll just stick it next to the toothpaste because why not? Let's go. 5 minutes on the clock starting now. I changed my mind. I'm going to put it here because I can. I don't know why. I made an assessment and you know, sometimes I change my mind. Sometimes I contradict myself. I contain multitudes. It's whatever. Anyways, abusive power, shaking my head. No! No. Okay, so here's a little ornamental box. There we go. And it's got sort of like a woven texture on the outside, so let's try and incorporate that, like so. And the toofs, okay, so there's 5 of them, because of course there's 5 of these bad boys. Of course there's 5 of these bad boys. So let's try and think about what the heck is the shape of a tooth? And there's another. Another little toothy tooth here. And then there's, this is the one that started it all. This was the reason that I got all of these teeth removed, is that this tooth is all broken and smashed on one side. So they were like, hey, that's one of your wisdom teeth that's broken. While we're at it, we need to remove all of them. And I was like, okay. and so I let them do that. And it was the right decision. And I could tell you stories, but I'm gonna not. Little baby tooth number 5. Yay! Yeah, so this is an ornamental box of teeth that sits in my ta-da! It was me all along, says Aoife. Oh my goodness, wow, hi. Wonderful to see you. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I ended up, because I had 5 teeth removed all at once, I was on quite a lot of painkiller and couldn't really do anything or go anywhere for several weeks after having my teeth did. And I also couldn't eat food. And so beyond like doing the, I was a university student at the time, beyond doing like the sort of readings and assignments that I had from sort of ahead of time from my lecturers at uni, because I did try and plan ahead, and only one professor decided to hold it against me that I had to like recover from a surgery and couldn't be present for several weeks, despite the fact that I told them at the top of the semester that this was happening. I did not like her. I did not like her for reasons that are entirely not my fault at all. She gave me a really terrible grade for not doing a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I told you I wasn't going to be able to do it. And I asked if there were ways I would be able to do it. And you were like, don't worry about it. And so I didn't. And then she gave me a really crappy grade. Bad person. Bad person. Bad person. Piece of crap. Anyways, everyone else was super cool and like accommodating about it, because sometimes you get sick. Anyways. Teeth. Importantly. Teeth. Teeth. But yeah. Anyways, is that... Mara, thank you very much for the 300 biddies. Did that not show... What the hell is happening to my stream? Because that alert didn't show up. Are the alerts... Are those alerts broken? Oh no. Oh no. Do I need to refund you them bits? Because I feel like I maybe do if the alert isn't working, or is it just super delayed? The alert box is as it should be. The alert box is as it should be, but it didn't run the... Nope, refunds. Oh, I feel terrible. Hold up. I'm on my way to get mad at my alert box now. I'm in my settings. Because this simply will not stand. I don't know if there's... Can Sammy do the alert with her mouth? You know, I can certainly try. I can most definitely try. Ooh, there's the timer for terrible drawing time. I can most definitely try. But I want to see if I can get... Why is it not... No! Why isn't it working? What the heck is going on today? What has my stream software hasn't run an update. I genuinely I haven't streamed for a week, but still. Huh. Right. What if I'm just gonna... Will this do anything? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to... Okay, at least the redeems are working. Thank you very much for the hydrate. I will take the last slug of my coffee. Okay, hold up. I can fix this. Shoot. How shall I fix this? Hold up. Bear with just a second. We got this. I can do this. I can fix this. Please believe in me. Bear with. One moment. there he is. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Hello, Tals. Welcome in. It's lovely to see you. Hello, hello. And, oh, what's that? Bing, bing, bong. Mira_sky8. Cheered 300. Pretend this is some stickers and or sound alerts. How did I do? Did that work? Was that okay? I think that's the only way I'm gonna be able to do it. Where the hell are all of my alerts? Why are they not working? What the flip is going on with my... Oh no. That is correct, Talt. Oh no. Oh, did you get your alerts working, said Mira? It just read the alerts as Pickles. Took me a bit to realize it's not real, or rather it is real and not a bot, says Aoife. Oh great, fantastic, wonderful. Well, I did it. Here's a drawing of my literal teeth, the abject of my face. Congratulations. Did someone clip? Oh no. I didn't. I don't think I can clip myself while I'm streaming. I don't want to do that. Anyways, that's up to y'all if I do something memorable, I guess. Why is none of it working? That's so stinking weird. Literally none of my settings have changed. Literally none of my settings have changed. I have absolutely no idea why it's just decided that they're just gonna not. That they're just gonna not. If someone did, would Sammy even know? Not until after stream, unless, like, you told me. So, possibly no. But oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Mira, are you sure? Bing, bing, bong. Mira_sky8. Cheered. X 100. Wait. Will it work again? I did my best. I did my best. I'm so sorry. I'm really really quite upset. It's not, it feels so mean. It feels so bad. Oh no, is that a link? God, this stream is so effed. I also can't, links don't work in chat, because sometimes we get spammers, so I turn them on. No. Oh no. Bing, bing, bong. Mira_sky8. Cheered. X 100. Definitely not ripe for abuse. What should I make that bot say? Mira! I am so sorry. There is a clip even if I can. Okay, I can go look for the clip. I can link the clip. Hold up. I can do that. Okay. Can I go to... Let me just navigate over to content here. Clippities. And I will put the clip in the thing. Thank you for the clip. Can I just copy the link? Okay. Here's a clip. Here is clip. Thank you. Oh no. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh heck. Okay. Shoot. I don't know how much painting is gonna get. I'm so frustrated by the fact that alerts aren't working. There might be stuff happening that I don't know about. Tara says, inverted exclamation mark, inverted exclamation mark, inverted exclamation mark. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. I am stirring my tea. I thought this was going to be the last of my strawberry rhubarb tea that I bought the last time I was in Canada, but no, I think there's one serving of strawberry rhubarb tea left, which is very exciting. Have I mentioned it's really hot here today as well? So it's like quite stuffy in the studio. I do have the window open. I've got a fan running, but woof. And none of my alerts are working. Did OBS change something and just neglect? I feel like OBS must have changed something and just neglected to tell me, because I have not changed a ding dang thing here, and everything has just decided to just poop its pants. I don't like that. What do you mean? They work flawlessly, says Pickles. Oh, I wish that were true. I wish that were true. And genuinely, they even got animated on screen. I do feel terrible about it. I really do. Okay, I'm confused. Rex, thank you very much for the follow ? 7 minutes ago. See, this is the thing. I'm not getting follower alerts either. So if someone follows, I don't know. When we go to. Okay, Elgato is also having a moment now, so... Elgato is also having a moment now. Hello, flashy Elgato. And it's being real bitty. We have a message from Mira. Now here's... Okay. Okay, I can attempt to do this as... Hold up, bear with, because I can do something about this. It's gonna be... It's gonna be super inaccurate, but let me see if I can. Okay, this is gonna take me like a distressingly long minute, but we will do this alert. I promise we will. Hold up, bear with. One moment, please. I can't believe anyone is watching this stream. What an absolute ding dang disaster. Okay. Right. Now, where's my... What folder did I put this in? Ah, shoot. Okay, it's not that one. Which... is it you? Is it you? Where the heck does this... Hold up. Okay, I might not be able to do this after all. If I can't find it. Anyways, okay, so, apologies. Definitely not derailing stream horribly, says Mira. I mean, oh, damn! There's a... Leaky, I'm so sorry! Leaky, I'm so sorry. Alerts are not working today. And Elgato is having a... Why is Elgato having a moment? Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. Also, my camera battery's low. Why isn't it charging? Oh, no. Leaky, I'm so sorry. Jeez. What can I do to stand in for the sub thing? I don't know if I have anything good here that can stand in for the sub thing. Shoot. Hold up. Also, hello, Leaky. I hope that you're well. Things are going... Imagines a jingle from an ancient ITV franchise and some words on the screen. Oh, beans. Okay. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Bear with. We're gonna get this to work in just a second. Mira did a bits redeem and I need to acknowledge it, so, I'm doing that in the jankiest way, but it's also the only way that I can. So here you can see some fight milk in this picture, and I'm hoping I might be able to find... Where the heck is it? I'm trying to find the audio from that sticker in like my folders, and I think it's breaking my computer. I think it is legit breaking my computer. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do... You're gonna have to imagine some, like, heavy metal music playing in the background. New limited edition blue raspberry fight milk. Makes you almost as cool as Hornet. That's the best I could do. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Good Lord. The stream is imploding. Says genuinely everything is just dying, and I don't know why. What is happening? This does not deserve, in any way, shape, or form, a hype train. I'm so sorry. Pop it open, my task manager. I'm gonna restart my camera so it stops having a fit, because I imagine that's probably not really pleasant to look at either. Maybe it's melting because it's too warm. I don't know. But also alerts are just dead. And I don't know why. And apologies to anyone who's done anything that warrants having an alert right now, because yeah, that's also dead. Okay. Let me just... Oh my god, my computer has started running at about 4 frames per second as well. Like, unrelatedly, my computer is now running at about 4 frames per second. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay. Where's the... Oh, come on. Come on, little darling. This stream was killed by no man. I don't know what's happening anymore. I genuinely don't. I don't know. I don't want to search the web for Elgato. I want to relaunch the day live. I honestly don't know. No! Oh, heck. Oh, we're back. Are we back? Are we back? Hello. Are we back? Hello? I don't know. What's your favorite... Quick, everyone, what's your favorite pancake topping? Just name one. Just say anything. Just acknowledge that we're back if we're back. Okay? Just... Yeah. Please and thank you. Hi. Please be working. Good Lord. Maple syrup! Alright, we're back! Thank you! Thank you so much for confirming. Good Lord. What an absolute mess. I think alerts are probably still dead, but at least... I think I fixed the camera problem. So at least that's something. Is it, okay. Okay, I think the camera is back. Pro streamer on hot, hashtag pro streamer on hot day, says Leaky. What is today? Rack says Jam had internet troubles too after a long time without them. I think I came in on the tail end of the internet problems because there was something weird happening when I popped into Jam's stream earlier as well. UK internet cable's melting, apparently so. It goes above like 26 degrees and everything just decides to just pitch an absolute gosh dang fit, apparently. And you know what? Fair. Me too. I feel like crap, but I'm soldiering on because, I don't know, British, unflappable British spirit or something. Whatever. Okay. I don't have my usual alert for subs because alerts are dead, but Leaky subbed earlier, and so Leaky, just for you, I don't know if this is relevant to your interest at all, it's probably not, but it's all I have in the studio right now, so just imagine that this is my new sub alert. Yes, it's Quark and Odo from Deep Space Nine dressed as Ernie and Bert, and they would like to say, Leaky, thank you very much for the sub. It's very kind. The thing has gone past, so I don't know how many months it is, but this is my attempt at an acknowledgement. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. Everything's so bad. I'm so sorry. Thanks, cosplay Bert and Ernie. Okay. Okay, so I can't remember the exact wording of when the TTS says that someone subscribed, but Leaky has subscribed for 9 months. There you go. Thank you for that. And again, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna take a big sip of my tea because that was a lot. Oh, wouldn't you know? Oh, here's the other thing. In all of the hubbub, I never got paint water. I don't have paint water. Thank you very much for the hydrate. I'm going to take another sip, because, I have no paint water. I have no paint water. Alerts are dead. This is a little frame ratey, but at least my hand is present. I'll fix that during the break. This is what we were... Okay, so, as I mentioned at the top of stream, I had a bit of a fraught several days. So my intention today was just to do some nice, gentle, autumnal stuff in celebration of the fact that it's super hot again, but soon it will be autumn, and I will be able to wear cardigans and drink hot beverages without sweating to death. I've got hiccups now. Fabulous. Love that for me. What a day. Anyways, so apologies for the lack of alerts and stuff. I feel really bad about it. Yeah, thank you very much for the, oh, it's a stream baby too, a bouncing stream baby, and I missed it. Oh, shucks. Okay, well, is it okay if I attempt to paint? I apologize again that the stream is not working. I'm just gonna, I did restart the stream. Is it still dead? Is it still did? Still did. No idea why. I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of troubleshooting off stream, I guess. And for today, I'm gonna have to try and just do them all by hand. If no one minds, if we get any new followers, I'm just gonna have to herald them with the crochet gluten-free soy sauce. I guess. Also, last week I bought a bottle of soy sauce and it came with a teeny tiny crochet bottle of soy sauce, and it's my favorite thing. So it lives here now. Tals, thank you very much for the lurk. I hope you have a lovely, lovely lurk. Gonna do some chores, hope stream behaves. Here's hoping that we just stay live for the rest of stream. Maybe I'll actually get to do some art. I don't know. Good lord, I'm so tired now. That was a lot, and I'm really sorry. But thank you, genuinely thank you all so much for your patience. Technology. This is the thing, this is a live event, Anything can happen during a live event, and that's exciting. Mira's off to do some adulting back at 30 or so. Hopefully, hope you have a lovely adult session. I hope that whatever adult activities you have to do are at least a bit fun. But thank you so much for the lurk, much appreciated. I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's butt. And if you've never heard that phrase before, I'm so sorry. Anyways. Clap. Okay. Hello, Cranky. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's wonderful to see you, and welcome. This is, some ghosts. I was debating. My moderator / spouse felt like this ghost needs to look a little bit more autumnal. They're holding a beverage with some, cozy whipped cream on top of it, but I kind of agreed. And I couldn't decide whether I want to just make the background sort of a nice brown and gray gradient. Not brown and gray, brown and orange gradient. Or if I want to give them a little hat to make it look like, oh, they're wearing a little hat. It's a blustery day. So I think, am I going to give them a little hat? Tough decisions being made inside my stupid little head right now. Do I give them a cute little hat? Oh, screw it. I'm going to give them a cute little hat. Yeah. Because this one's wearing an apron because they're the boorista. This is the boorista's friend, and they made them a nice little drink. And this boorista's friend is going to have a cute little hat on because why not? Also, for anyone who's just come in, I do want to apologize in advance if you are a new follower and you don't see the, new follower animation pop up. That's because stream's a little broken today. Yay, I love a little beret because it's shaped like a little bean. And I think, I wasn't sure if it was going to be gilding the lily a little bit too much, but no, screw it. I think they look real cute in their little beret, and I'll make it burgundy or something, which is I think a very nice, autumn color to have of a little wool beret that you wear on a blustery October day. Oh no, oh no, it's cute. I like it. Oh shoot. Okay, okay. Okay, my mood my mood is mildly improving. Mildly, mind you, but I'm feeling a little bit better. Oh my god. Once again, I want to apologize for the fact that was like the most broken hype train I've ever had in my life. But y'all are incredibly kind and sweet, and thank you. But also, I don't feel like I deserve it right now because this stream is so jank. Also, oh god, I was doing that way too close to the mic. I'm sorry if you had to hear the, like, squishy noises of shaking up my, masking fluid. I need to buy new masking fluid soon because, this stuff just, it, like, dries out inside the bottle, which is a little bit gross, honestly. And also there's not a lot left in it, so I have to dip quite a distance into it to get any onto my brush, which is a little bit faffy. I also have another sketch. Because I was like, oh, this is such a simple painting. What if I get it done real quickly? I'm going to have a backup sketch so I have other things to do. So I do have backup artwork. Namely, I did this, and I'm honestly not sure I'm happy with it, but it's just a jackdaw standing on a stack of books. It's not the most original, but, like, it's cute, I guess. But the jackdaw looks super derpy. But also, I do have this Dracula piece, and the only reason that I would do this Dracula piece on stream, because, like, it's niche Blorbo fan art that I realize most people don't care about. However, it does have a whole bunch of bookshelves in the background, and y'all love that, so. How strong is the fluid, and then does it reverse any unmasking efforts I've already gone through, says Cranky? I don't know. Masking fluid doesn't really work on me anymore, because, like, I don't know, like, the last 5 years of my life have gone by, and I seem to have forgotten how to seem, less neurodivergent in public. It's just like, no, sorry, I'm tired now. You're just gonna have to deal with the fact that I am, extremely weird. Tough biscuits. Anywho. But once again, everyone, thank you so much for your patience. I'm so sorry that the stream has been kind of crazy. Sounds useful for weddings and funerals, says Cranky. Indeed, indeed. Oh, Beans, I haven't been to a wedding, and thankfully I haven't been to a funeral in many years. I haven't been to a wedding in many years either. I have been through a number of my friends' divorces, but that's not really the same because you don't really get dressed up for that. You just, you know, sometimes have to pick which one you're gonna stay friends with. And usually in my case it's been whichever one continues to make a concerted effort to, like, talk to me is, like, I guess that's the one I'm still friends with. You know, especially in the cases of, like, both of these people are still fine. In the cases of, oh, one of these people cheated, I don't want to be your friend anymore, buddy. Rex says the world needs to brace for that ADHD boomer energy before the time comes. Oh boy! Oh my god, imagine this is Cranky. I'm still masking mostly, says Leaky. Only weird amongst neurodivergent people, especially my best friend. That's, you know what? Yeah, mood. I think I've kind of reached the point where, like, I don't know. I'm just me. I'm just various grades of me most of the time. When I try to, like, be normal in a social situation, people still, like, glare at me like I'm from a different planet, so I've decided that, like, okay, then fine. I'm just gonna not talk to you people if you're gonna be like that. I don't care. Anyways. My friends were so chill, says Cranky. We all stayed friends, but they divided up support responsibilities. Wow. Rad. I know people that have thrown divorce parties, says Rex. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, sometimes it's, like, the end of a relationship isn't necessarily just, I mean, it's sad, but sometimes it's also, you know, like, it's a new adventure, and Why not? Anyways, I've just realized that ads are about to run. Leaky says, I was just awkward weird when I met Sammy IRL. You were delightful and super nice to talk to. Absolutely delightful and super nice to talk to. I've got a BRB because ads are about to run and I don't want you all to miss anything. Yeah, shoot, ads are running. Okay, BRB, everybody, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, nerds, I'm back. Hello. Hello. Sorry. That was the BRB time. It snuck up on me because I was having a nice time chatting and doing stuff. So, apologies profusely for that, but thank you so much for sticking around despite everything. Nevertheless, yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So the other thing that happened this weekend, and I don't want to say that this happened to me because it didn't happen to me, but it happened with regard to something that I have a mild amount of investment in, is that, so I listen to a very small number of podcasts, but there's this one podcast, I adamantly accept your profuse apology, says Cranky. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. There's a podcast that I listen to, and, it's been going since, like, 2008, I think, so, you know, it's a venerable... It's a venerably aged creature at this point. You know, what's that, like? Almost 17 years it's been going. Kind of sporadically at times, depending on, like, host availability, but it's been going since, like, it started in, like, 2008, which is insane. They're, you know, like, pretty successful. They've got, like, an active, you know, like, a Patreon that pays them, I think, a reasonable amount of money a month. They've got a very active community of enjoyers and, like, a Discord and stuff. And they also, for the second year running, did a run of live podcast recording shows at the Edinburgh Festival this year, and that wrapped up yesterday. And at Saturday night's show, after the show, they announced that Sunday's show, which was yesterday, would be the last ever show of that podcast. Just, ta-da! It's the end of the podcast. Okay. And understandably, people who are, like, longtime listeners of this podcast were like, whoa, what, like, what? And I genuinely think that, like, they didn't make any posts on the Discord for the patrons. They didn't make an announcement on the Patreon. They didn't make an announcement on their social media until, like, an Instagram story that they posted as, like, a video afterwards. Whilst everyone was freaking out about what do you mean the podcast is ending. There's been some manner of a tease of, like, something happening potentially at some point in the future. No indication as to when or what it might be that they might do. And hearing, like, second to third hand from people who spoke to them and asked about it after, like, the show, it was basically that they decided that, like, their schedules are all really busy because this is nobody's full-time job. They all have other jobs, and they really only ever got to hang out when it was time to talk about the podcast or record an episode of the podcast. And they're, like, best friends, so they want to spend some time just doing friend stuff and not necessarily having it all related to this podcast they do. Which is fair enough. But understandably, a lot of people are nonplussed about the fact that, like, were you planning on telling anyone other than the, like, couple dozen people that were in the audience at the Edinburgh Festival? Like, what? Should we cancel our Patreon memberships? What's happening? And, you know, fair enough, but I am also very much firmly of the belief that none of these people are neurotypical, and none of them have any experience with social media strategy, and I 100% believe that the reason that they announced it the night before is entirely because, oh, for the love of Pete, the camera's going again. Just one moment, everybody. what was I saying? Oh yeah. I adamantly believe that they arrived at that decision like on Saturday morning, announced it Saturday night, and then just did their last podcast episode on Sunday evening. And that's the reason that like there was no announcement, because they just decided entirely like spur of the moment. Yeah, we've been doing the podcast for a long time. Let's not do it anymore. Okay. And then they stopped. I think that has to be what happened. And I think that's very funny. Personally, I'm not mad about it, because I'm like, yeah, this feels on brand for this group of people. But also I feel like I have really tried to like, I felt myself getting a little bit too parasocial about some like semi-well-known people, or like creators I don't know personally, last year, and I didn't like that. That didn't feel good. So I decided to just not do that anymore. So I'll be sad when they run out of episodes, but I don't care. My moderator / spouse has just come home, so please enjoy while my camera tries to switch itself back on, because right now it thinks it's connecting. I'll be back in a second. Vinaigrette, so that's why there's vinaigrette in the air. Anyways, welcome home. I love you. Okay, hi. Hi, hello. Why is it still connecting? What the nuts? Okay. Is it connected to footage? Okay, I'm gonna unplug this and then plug it back in. Sorry for the noises. Uh-huh. That was very broken sounding. I'm gonna relaunch this. Oh, yes! Yes, I believe we have, okay, we have camera, but it's in portrait. No. I do not want portrait camera. Okay, camera's back in landscape and it claims it's connected, so let's hope for the best. Say goodbye to the technical difficulties music. I'm back! Hello! I'm so sorry. Anyways, Leaky says, my favorite podcast gave at least us Patreons a 5-episode run up to cancellation. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it, you know? I mean, there's an Edinburgh run's worth of live episode recordings that they're probably going to space out over, like, I don't know. Honestly, depends on how they're feeling. Sometimes it ends up being, like, you just get one episode a week for, like, a blast of, like, a month. And then just, like, nothing for 6 months. So who knows how they'll decide to space out these episodes. But we'll eventually get the Edinburgh run of episodes actually released as podcast. And then I guess it's done. They haven't announced what they're doing next. And I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that they don't know themselves. Which, again, is fine. Because people can just choose to stop doing things. This has happened a few times. Like I have had a few streamers who have just stopped streaming for whatever reason. Maybe they got a job that makes it super busy. Maybe they've decided they don't enjoy it anymore. It's all good. Yeah, Cranky says these things happen too. The creators really don't notice anything. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's just, it was. Honestly, I was mostly just amused seeing this happen because, as I say, I'm not like, I will be, it's the only podcast that I listened to that was on this topic, and I don't know if there are any other podcasts that really fill the void, per se. So I'll be sad when I run out of it, but, like, you know, I've got other things I can listen to. People start podcasts all the time, and some of them are kind of good. So, you know, maybe I'll start a podcast again at some point. Honestly, every time I get to guest on someone else's podcast, which happens rarely, but oh boy, I love to do it. But guesting on someone else's podcast is different to doing your own podcast, because you don't have to, you know. you don't have to you don't have to do all of the edit and stuff, which is from, you know, the person who did most of the editing of the podcast that I used to be a regular host on. It was a lot of work. Hi, Sunshine. Mwah. He just said don't do a podcast. I know, baby, and I love you. But if I ever did decide to do one, it would have a very sporadic upload schedule and no editing. I love you. It is a lot. It is genuinely a lot of work. It really is. Leaky says, I listen to about 20% of the podcasts I sub to. Yeah. I've been kind of slowing down on podcast listening lately. I feel like I kind of go through stages of like, I really just want to listen to, because mostly I listen to stuff when I am, when I'm like traveling, when I'm, you know, sort of out walking or I'm on the bus or whatever and I'm on my own, which isn't a lot of time these days. And I kind of go back and forth between like, there will be several months where I really want to listen to podcast while I do that. And then I'll be like, yeah, no, my brain gets too used to like just hearing voices. As in like listening to recordings of people talking about stuff on something like a podcast, not as in like I'm hearing voices. I'm fine. And if you do experience the hearing of voices, that's okay too. But anyways, because some people do, and that's just something that happens. I hope that the voices are kind to you if you do, genuinely. But my brain goes, no, you need to listen to music, and you need to imagine like the cinematic scene that you would place this song under if you were the kind of person who was allowed to write for TV and film. And then I do that for a while. And that's really helpful for like writing and world building and stuff. And then I get kind of tired of it. I don't have enough new music. I get bored and I'm like, I want to see what's happening with those little blorbos in that like D&D podcast that I listen to. And then I go listen to podcasts for a while, but it kind of goes back and forth. Anyways. Yeah, Leaky says I listen to about 20% of the podcasts I sub to. Mood. 100%. But yeah, it is a lot of podcasting is a lot of work. As someone who actually did used to host a podcast and didn't even do the edit, it is a lot of work. Devoting, especially when most people cannot podcast as their full-time job. So trying to maintain like a regular episode schedule of a podcast whilst also doing other stuff, like having to schedule recordings and editing and all that. It's a lot. And then making sure everything is like formatted okay, and you know, the technical stuff and getting it up and telling people that your podcast episode is it's a lot. Cranky says, gosh, I listen to a chunk that are news and politics related, so I take mental health breaks from them regularly. Yeah, 100%, absolutely. Because that also can be a lot. Leaky says, I'm sure it's safe enough if the voices in your head just encourage you to paint everyone as queer gnomes. I wish all of the voices in my head were as benign as that. Most of the time they're like, hey, remember that embarrassing thing you did 25 years ago? Yeah, remember how embarrassing that was? I mean, it's likely that no one else remembers that thing, but what if they do? What if they remember that? What if that is the thing they remember about you? Then what? Like that's a lot of the things that my brain says to me is things like that, which is so fun. I love it. It's such a wonderful time. Remember that Facebook argument with a stranger you had when you still had a Facebook, says Cranky? It was actually someone that I was friends with at the time, and they were wrong. I still think they were wrong. But, you know, sometimes you just shouldn't get an argument about something that you genuinely have some expertise on with someone who just has an axe to grind, because they will just, well, that's your opinion about things that, like, you've researched, you can cite peer-reviewed sources of, and they'll be like, let's just agree to disagree. Which I think is the wrong person's way of saying, I don't want to admit that I made a mistake. I'm not on Facebook anymore. It's great. Jenga says, what if that one thing you did completely changed the trajectory of that person and not for the better, and it's all your fault? Jenga's brain with that stuff. No! No, 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 no. Absolutely not. No. Whatever you have done is great, because you're great. So there. Cranky says, the wildest parts of my life are both closer and further away than they feel. It's weird. What is time? Listen. What is time? I don't know her. I'm trying to decide what attractive... Like, 14 years is a lot, but is it? I mean, yeah, it is. In the grand scheme of, like, I don't know, being a person, it feels like a lot. If I think back to, like, where I was 14 years ago, I was like, damn, I thought that haircut looked good. Oh, honey. You've got so much to learn about your hair. Jenga says, I've been told by countless people as a Catholic guilt telling you those tasteless biscuits and too rich wine wasn't worth it. You know, I get that. Whilst I do appreciate a little bit of, like, going to see secular musicians play shows in churches and appreciate the architecture and acoustics, oh boy, am I glad my parents didn't make me do that after, like, the age of 5, because it turns out we're all atheists. Ghosts! These are ghosts. Maybe I'll actually paint them today. Then another 14 and I'll be late middle age. Oh! You know, I was thinking of doing speaking of the Middle Ages, I was thinking of doing some medieval inspired art recently. I don't know, maybe just some little, like, medieval cats. Or, like, I don't know, I could draw my Blorbos into a manuscript, have them, like, riding a unicorn or something. That'd be fun. Anyways, they are so cute with the exits, Jenga. Oh, heck. Oh, heck, different middle age, but let's go! There is a clothing designer, based, I think, in the States, and I was looking at, they've done a collection of, like, garments based on, like, medieval manuscripts and illustrations in medieval manuscripts, and oh boy, they are so cute. And I was genuinely looking at getting, I think it's like a tapestry woven pouch or something that has, like, this medieval illustration with a little frog in a pond in the middle of it, and it's so cute. But I'm not getting any of it because it turns out I need some quite expensive dental work. I made the mistake of looking up the price list of how much the dental procedures I need are going to be, and the answer is, oh, I really hope that my September shop update does well, because, woof, it's going to be painful. Like, financially painful, and I'm mildly scared, but it'll be fine, don't worry about it. But also I'm scared, but also it'll be fine, but I'm scared. It's fine. Anyways, okay, what autumnal colors am I gonna gradient back here? I'm thinking, like, some orange is some, like, nice pumpkin orange, and then do I want to go into, like, brown, or do I want to go into, like, sort of a mustardy yellow? I think the sort of brighter yellow orange, I think, will work really well here. I hope, anyways. The irony is, in the Middle Age was probably 25. Don't tell me that, Leaky. I will feel old. Heck. But hey, you know, at least dentistry has moved forward since the Middle Ages. Just a little bit, but, you know, a bit. Cranky says, the main advice was, do be careful because some of those fun animal illustrations are wildly racist. Aw, jeez. Yeah. I just like the cats that have, like, a face like a man. I think those are fun. But, I was probably just gonna draw my Blorbos, like, in medieval style with some nice swirly twirlies and a lot of gold paint. Umbers, oranges, and yellows. So many nuns and penis trees, says Cranky. There's so much happening in the chat right now. Umbers and oranges and yellows will have peak autumnal vibes, says Jenga. I wholeheartedly agree. Average life expectancy of 32.5. Midlife crisis is 16. Anyone? Oh boy, I was not ready for that. All right. Let's So I'm going to do like an orange-yellow gradient in the background, get a burgundy hat on this bad boy, and then bring in some of the other colors in like the elements on and around our little guys here. And I hope that that will work okay. I guess, let's find out. I wet the canvas so that the colors would go all and then it kind of dried out on me. So I'm going to have to just kind of go for it. And hope for the best. This is a very running on vibes piece. Because I just want to have some fun. What do I consider fun? Painting little guys. That's what. Gosh, this yellow's pretty. I don't use it enough. This palette of paints is a fairly, started out as a fairly generic rainbow kind of situation, and then I just, I added a fixed amount of lunar red rock to all of them, and it has created such a perfectly, like, autumn vibe of a palette of colors, and I love it so very dearly. I think it's so stinking pretty. I think the colors really express that kind of a vibe, I hope. Maybe a little bit, I don't know. I'm gonna keep zhuzhing with this, because actually now that I'm looking of it, I want to add more colors. Because I'm like, like this is a good batch of couleurs, but what if I just listen, what if I just some brown over here? What if I just brown down this corner a smidge? Ooh. Sometimes one just gotta get silly. Yay! Okay. This looks really unbalanced and weird right now, but that's because it's very partially finished. And I'm hoping it'll make a lot more sense when our little guys are done in the middle. I've also realized something. I have to stop working on this now because it's wet and it's going to have to dry before I can do anything else with it. And guess who doesn't own a hairdryer? It's me. I don't. I'm going to go put it kind of closer to the fan, which is running because it's stupidly hot today. So I've just kind of popped it next to the fan in the hopes that a little bit of air blowing, it's not moving the paint around, which is good, but at least it's, it might help it dry faster, maybe? Question mark? I don't know. Anyways, this is, this jackdaw is so stupid. This is a jackdaw. Or what will eventually look like a jackdaw, but right now it just looks like it just looks like it hasn't slept in 3 weeks. Oh no. And it's standing on kind of a crappy stack of books, as you do. Which is such a cliche design, but I was just like, I know it's a cliche design, but I have never done this cliche design, so I want to, so I decided I was gonna. And so here we are. I'm just gonna take some of this. This is Lunar Red Rock from Daniel Smith Paints. I personally think it's a really pretty paint color, which is why I made a palette out of it. Joe, thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you. And again, if anyone's done anything that warrants an alert that I have not seen, it's because alerts are broken today, and I'm so sorry. I don't think there's been any new follows since, which is fine. I think possibly some people have left because this stream is terrible, and I'm sorry. But so it goes. I'm gonna paint these little bookie covers. As thou canst seeth, this color is so pretty. It really is. It's this like rich sort of brown. It's like a cool brownish red. And it also makes all the other colors of the rainbow look real autumnal if you add an amount of it to them. Jenga says no. No saying it's terrible. It's wonderful, damn it. Ah, beans. I'm sorry. Where's the slap you for self-deprecating redeem, says Cranky. I'm sorry, everybody. I think I'm feeling I'm feeling it a little bit because I'm feeling a little apologetic today because of stream being as borked as it is. Which does make me, because, you know, I would like stream to be as seamlessly entertaining as an experience as I can make it. So when it isn't that, I do feel bad. I do. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. I really do. Big hearts. Oh, it's affirmation time from Cranky. Okie dokie. That I can do. Let me just get this little bit of the book cover here. And this little bit of the book cover here. And this little bit. Okay. Alright, okay. Okay and alright. That needs to dry. This color, honestly, like, this is one of those colors that, like, the camera doesn't perfectly pick up. Because it's honestly more dimensional than it looks here. But yeah. Anywho. Ooh! Joe says, I'm watching on mute, sorry. Have interview in 15 minutes, hopefully. We'll catch you before you finish. Hell yeah! Okay, hold up. I have typed to Joe because she's listening on mute. Hell yeah, hope it goes super well. Because hell yeah, I do. Alright, it's time for an affirmation. It's affirmation time with me and the stream. It's dropping all of my paints on the floor time because that lid was not attached as solidly as I thought it was. Oh boy, one moment please. Everything is going fine. Everything's okay. I'll reorganize these paints. You can watch me reorganize the paints in just a second. After I give us a little affirmation. Yeah, fuck those paints, says Cranky. No! No, don't. I love those paints. They're good paints. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay, can't remember which affirmation deck we did last of all. So, I'm gonna do this one. Thank you again for the affirmation. We're gonna shuffle the deck of affirmations and see what kind of positive, helpful message we get. Once again, standard disclaimer, I am not a licensed therapist or counselor or anything of that sort, so don't take anything that I say here as like concrete advice. Take it as just a nice thing to meditate on and consider. I cannot be held responsible for anyone's mental health, not even my own, frankly, so there you have it. But let's see what kind of affirmation we get. If I just pop one out of the deck there. Okay. Let's take a look. Hell yeah! You got this, babe! You got this, babe. I don't know if Joe is still watching, but, Joe, look at this card. I hit caps lock after the last word, but anyways, there we go. Hell yeah. And, you know, this applies to everyone. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you got this. I believe in you. This little guy believes in you. And, I mean, if this little guy believes in you, you definitely got this. Like, look at him. He's got little sparklies, and like, he believes in you. And if this guy believes in you, then you should believe in yourself. So, you got this. Hell yeah. You can do it, babe. I like this card. I think this is nice. I think that's a good affirmation. And honestly, making me feel a little bit better too. And I hope that that is a good little, just a word of encouragement for you. And I hope that you take that word of encouragement and hold it in your heart, because you should. That was nice. Thank you for the affirmation time. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we have an affirmation time on here now. It's nice. It's It's a nice little thing to do. Okie dokie. Let's bring this back. Let me see how dry is my. There's still a couple of wet patches on the ghosties, but look at the granulation making its way out of these paints. That's pretty. I love these paints. They're so much fun. Oh, also Lunar Red Rock is very granulating paint, so when you mix it with other pigments, you get some really sick effects when you do big washes with it, and I love that. It's so fun. Anyways, is there anything more joyous than just getting, like, super nerdy about paint? Or is that just me? That's probably just me. I'm gonna do a book that is, like, green. This green, I think, tends to be, like, really almost over vibrant, so I might just kind of blend it with a bit more red to kind of deepen it into something that's a little bit less, like, neon green, if I can. Just because, I feel like neon green in this context might be a little bit jarring, so let's try and make... oh, geez, now that's too brown! Now I made it too brown, because this red is also quite potent. Okay, let's put more green back in. Let's just alternate the two until I feel like I have a decent... That looks like a decent green, I think. How are you doing, decent green? Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna do the bottom book in this decent green. Ooh! You know, sometimes I'm right. I'm not right all the time. I'm not right most of the time, but sometimes I'm right about stuff. This is a pretty color. I like it. I hope you like it too. Hell yeah. Okay. Alright, okay. Oh yeah, that's real stinking pretty. Hell yeah. Okay. This is one of those designs that's just like, listen, I know, like, I've done Thing on a stack of books before, but it was like a paper drake. I've been thinking of doing like a reprint of that art, actually, because it used to be in my shop, but it sold out. And I don't normally restock stuff, but that was really, really well liked, so I've considered whether or not I should do a restock of it. I don't know. If there ever is any demand for paper drake paintings, maybe I will. I don't know. But in the meantime, I wanted to do some kind of painting of a jackdaw as well, just because jackdaws are so stinking cute. I think they're lovely. Yeah, I am very much a jackdaw enjoyer. I see a lot of jackdaws sort of out and about and around in my local area, and they make me really happy. I like their little faces. I like their plumage. And I just think that they're very cute. So I've wanted to paint one for a really, really long time. And this is my attempt at realizing that in a way that feels, again, a little bit autumnal, I suppose. A little bit sort of not quite dark academia. I feel like of the sort of family of birds of, you know, like ravens and crows and those sorts of birds. I feel like jackdaws are less well known, but damn it, they're just so cute, and they live all in my neighborhood, and I like looking at them, so I wanted to paint one. If you don't know what a jackdaw looked like, hang on. I saw a really good picture of a jackdaw while I was trying to find like some reference images for them. And I thought it was really cute. Hold up. If I can get it to load, that would be super cool. Will you look? Oh, I love when they do this. I tried to load it and it's loaded even smaller. I'm just gonna have to load the website it's from. There we go. Okay, hold up. Bear with 1 second. I'm gonna make you look at a bird. I hope that's okay. Oh no, my camera's being a weirdo again. So once we've looked at the bird, I will try and fix the camera again. Yay. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Do I get... fine, just... Okay, there it is. Do you love it? Do you love them? I think they're so cute. I think they're just the loveliest, and I love them with my whole heart. They are excellent birds. And that's that. Grumpy Crane Studio! Thank you so much for the raid. My alerts are broken. But hi. Hello. Welcome in. You're here just in time for... Genuinely, my alerts aren't working, so I'm going to have to do this manually. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. I do apologize for that, but, okay, here's the alert picture. Attention, Twitch user Sammy Kelsch, shoppers. Grumpy Crane Studio is raided. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello, and thank you so much for the raid. Let me get, thankfully, like, the chat stuff is still working, so I can give you a shout out in chat. But how the heck are you? How was your stream? What did you get up to today? It is lovely to see you all. Welcome in. And if you're not following Grumpy Crane Studio, you can go do that right there. I've just put a shout out in the chat. And hello, welcome to all of the lovely people who have just come in on the raid. Thank you so much again. And welcome. For anyone who's new here, hi, hello. This is a jackdaw in progress, as you can see. My name is Twitch user Sammy Kelsch. I'm a variety streamer. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and most Thursdays. I do cozy game streams on Fridays, and every once in a while on a Thursday if I'm feeling extra crispy, which I am this week. Because we need to check out the Fields of Mystria has run an update, and I'm very excited to see what it's all about. Other than that, I do watercolors and other similar media, mostly when I do artworks, and some of them look like this. If you have anything that you would like to share, if you've got any like artwork or that kind of thing, we are an art tax optional stream, but if you do want to share with the class, I would be very happy to do so. You can whisper a link in my direction. But, you know, if you just want to chill, we are also a tax haven, so you do not feel under any obligation to do so. If you just want to chill or just run or whatever, it's all good, entirely up to you. But thank you so much again for the raid, and hello. Grumpy Crane Studios today was my first raid back after the summer off, and we wanted to make new friends. You sound kind in your avatar / art style sold it. That is incredibly kind. That is incredibly kind. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful summer break, and welcome back. Hell yeah. We're basically the Cayman Islands, says Casa. It certainly feels as warm as I imagine the Cayman Islands would be today. But as you can tell by my accent, I'm based in the UK. Anyways, hello. Let me get another shout out for you in the chat. Because I can. There we go. Anyways, in case anyone's wondering what my artwork looks like when it's done, and I do finish artwork from time to time, I swear I do. I promise. Not all the time, but from time to time we do. Let me see if I can find a representative artwork that we did. Oh yeah, okay, here's what I can share. This is something that's very, if I can get it to load. This is something that I did like way back in spring and finally posted. It's my favorite thing. This is a portrait of my Jersey cow who lives on the studio desk at the moment. I developed a weird brief fixation with vintage cow creamers, and I got one on eBay and I loved her so much I was like, I have to paint her portrait, so I painted her portrait and she looks like this. So yeah, that's that. Anyways, I can show you the actual cow, in fact. Thank you for the shout out. Of course, Grumpy, of course. Casa says, as you can tell by my accent, I'm based in the UK. Lady, you are Canadian. I know this, and I love you. I'm a silly sausage. That's what I am. Anyways, here she is. Hi. She is technically a creamer jug. I feel like this is not a usable piece of kitchen equipment at all. Can you imagine how annoying this would be to clean? But she's so stinking cute that I had to paint her portrait. She's even got the little bell. And I love her so much. She's from like the 60s, I think, and she's so cute. And she lives in the studio with me, along with our Lego set I don't know where else to put, and now this crocheted this crocheted soy sauce bottle. Also, again, I want to apologize profusely to anyone who has joined in the raid. My alerts aren't working today. I don't know why. I have not been able to troubleshoot it. I only found out when I started stream today. So I've had to do alerts manually and basically just speak them out loud. Therefore, okay, this is gonna be a bit of a bodge. Grumpy Crane Studio, thank you so very much for the follow and welcome on in. Thank you. Normally there would have been an animation and some music there that wasn't just me singing it, I promise. I don't have anything new at all to show, says Grumpy. Today was a lot of relaxing and pecking away at a creepy little bunny model. That's right. But I can share my Instagram. There's some stuff there. Oh, sweet. Could you whisper a link in my direction? Links don't work in chat, but if you can send me a whisper, I would be very, very happy to share it with the class. And thank you very much indeed. I would very much love to go creep on your Insta. Hell yeah. This is actually one of two paintings that we were working on today. I think, yeah, the paint is dry. Okay, we can swap back to the other one. Oh, okay, before I do, the granulation in this book spine is fit. This is why I love working with this Lunar Red Rock palette, because it's hot. It's a beautiful paint. I'm so glad that I own it. Anyways, this is the other thing that we're working on today, and I think the paint is dry enough that we can peel the masking fluid, which is very, very exciting. And we shall, once I've got a linkage from the lovely Grumpy Crane Studio, I will hop on over to do a little creepy creep on their Instagram. In the meantime, I shall attempt to do... I don't know if it's because this masking fluid is getting old or what, but I'm noticing that I'm not able to get like a nice continuous peel from it very well. It just kind of comes apart, which is not nearly as satisfying as being able to just like do like a peel of it, you know what I mean? Like when you've done something, like when you've like washi taped or masking taped off something in a painting and you get to peel it off at the end and it's like, oh, so satisfying. I used to be able to do that with masking fluid. I think maybe it's just the age of it, because I'm getting close to the end of this bottle. I think I've had it for about 5 years. Oh geez, Grumpy says it took me a minute to find it. I'm spiritually old as heck, Tech, and I don't see eye to eye. I am feeling that in my heart today, because my stickers and my alerts have both decided to just cark it, and I don't know why. And I once again apologize to anyone who's done an alert type thing. Okay, but we've got a link from Grumpy. Thank you so much. Grumpy Crane Studio has sent me a link to their Instagram. So first of all, I'm gonna pop it in chat as well, and we are going to take a look at it on stream because we can. So, assuming I can get it to load, because everything is running a little bit chuggy today. I don't know. It's just maybe just everything has a case of the Mondays, including Twitch, including me. I've certainly had a few days. Ooh, hello. Oh, these are oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. This is cool. This is very, very cool. Oh, awesome. Okay, I should actually share with the class instead of just enthusing quietly by myself. Let me get this. Let me get this page up again. Jenga says, "Do you use Mix It Up by chance? You might need to just refresh the cache on the source." I don't. I use stream stickers. And it's being very dead, but I shall have a look on if it's just a cache thing. And my thingy is OBS Studio. But this is some stuff from Grumpy Crane Studio, who does some very stunning like mini paintings and stuff, which I absolutely love. This is so cool. I love this kind of stuff. I've only done like one or two like figurine type paintings. Like, look at this Orktober. This is gorgeous. Like the shading and the gradient on that like headpiece, that is so stinking cool. That is very, very cool. Sweetheart, get a look at this. Check out this orc. My moderator slash spouse also paints figurines and stuff.
Not like that.
That is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing these, genuinely. Anyways, once again, if you're not following Grumpy Crane Studio, you should go do that, because, like, look at these. They're so good. They're so good. Oh my goodness, there's more! Okay, I got it. Since we're painting, like, spooky Halloween stuff, can I just acknowledge this, this apparently Jack Skellington that is also Ash from Pokemon? I love it. That is an incredible concept. That is so cute. This is so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's delightful. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. I resin print and paint models. I also teach when healthy enough and use my platform to help raise money for charity. Jack Ketchum, Nightmare Before Pallet Town. I love it. Oh yes, the mushroom was so good, Jenga. Yes. So good. Once again, if you're not following Grumpy Crane Studio, please go give him a follow. Go do that. You can and should. I mean, obviously I'm not the boss of you, but heartily recommend. Where's the little... There. Okay. Alright, there we go. I also am following. Yay! Anywho. Thank you again. Thank you. That was very fun to check out. And had a good time doing it. Okay, I'm going to keep peeling this masking fluid, and once again I apologize that it's not... I just can't get a good continuous peel anymore. I don't know why. But at least this gradient looks pretty fun, I think. It feels autumnal. I'm happy with that. Thank y'all, says Grumpy Crane. Well, it's been a great first day back. I'm so glad. Welcome back. I'm happy to have met you. I must be off to do the adulting. Have fun and take care. You too, and thank you once again for the raid. I really do appreciate it. And to everyone else who's here, thank you for sticking around despite the today's funky little technical difficulties. I'm gonna do some bashing about and, you know, hitting my computer with a hammer until it works again after stream, and we should have everything working correctly when we're back on Thursday. Thank you very much for the hydrate. I shall do so. Deliciousness. Thank you. Okie dokie. I was worried that this painting wasn't going to take long enough when I started. Because I didn't take into account the fact that I was going to do, like, a gradienty sort of background that was going to require a lot of time to, like, let the washes dry. Because if I had just done some ghosts against a white background, we would have been done in about 10 minutes. You know, on account of the ghosts are kind of colorless in and of themselves. That's how it goes. I'm just picking up some more of this red rock because I honestly think that it would be the perfect color for this little beret. And so that's what I'm going to paint it in. There we go. Oh, also, just programming note, everyone. I will be probably not streaming at all next week. I'm going to be taking a little holiday. And I will not be at home. And I don't think I'm going to want to try and stream from, like, the airport or using hotel Wi-Fi. Those things feel like a terrible idea, so I'm gonna not do that. I'm going to be dooting around Amsterdam and hoping that I don't re-injure my tooth. So wish me luck. Wish me luck with that. Also, good lord, trying to find restaurants that have safe vegetarian options that aren't too spicy, offer something that's gluten-free, and also things that definitely don't have peanuts in them, based on the combined allergies and intolerances of my moderator slash spouse, has been an adventure. I still don't know what we're gonna do about that, so that's gonna be fun. But I'm looking forward to it. Sometimes I think, I don't know, maybe it's I don't think it's the ADHD. I think this is a fairly universal thing. Every once in a while, my senses just need to, like, exist in, like, a different environment to sort of my usual pathways. you know, like the journey between my house and the supermarket and the neighborhood, that kind of thing. Every once in a while, I just need to change it up for a few days. See some things I've never seen before, and then come back, and I feel better for having done it. So yeah, looking forward to that. Why am I going to Amsterdam in particular? Because it's not very far away, and it was the least expensive. And oh boy, am I glad that I chose somewhere that wasn't very far away and isn't super expensive, because I've got dentistry to be done in a month. Which turns out it's going to be very expensive. Jenga says, oh gosh, yes, very lucky you're doing that. Very lucky that I booked this before I knew I had to have a root canal. Because, woof. Otherwise, my finances are a little cooked. But, you know, it's already booked, so I have to go on the holiday. Oh no, such hardship. Amsterdam is lovely, says Leaky. I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. Does the UK not cover dental stuff? It is covered by the NHS, but you still have to pay for it. It's just less expensive than it would be if it were, like, private, if that makes sense. So they do kind of, but you still also have to pay for it, basically. So, yeah. Fun! And some of the things are still really expensive. So there are 3 tiers of treatment. Yeah, exactly. If just like a basic checkup, like the first one I think is like 20 some odd pounds, then there's like other things that are like, you know, if you need like a filling or something, I think it's like 75 quid, something like that. But then if you need something more complicated, like a root canal and or a crown, which I'm having done, it's like 350 pounds, and the whole thing all told is probably going to be about 400, so oof. Anyways, did I mention that there's going to be a shop update coming at the top of September, hopefully? Tell your friends if you like bookmarks and stickers and art prints. Tell your friends. Dental stuff is free for children and pensioners, apparently. Good to know I have that to look forward to when I'm older and I need, you know, all of my teeth removed. But yeah, woof. It's not going to be cheap. I'll be okay, but I will feel the strain for a bit. And I'm also just glad that I've decided not to treat myself to anything like the day before I went to the dentist. There's something. Oh, really annoyingly, there are some perfumes that. I am a perfume enjoyer. I try not to buy expensive perfumes, but I like buying the little 2 milliliter samples of perfume. Those are fun because they're cheap and I get to try lots of different ones. But there's a perfume brand that has like boutiques in a whole bunch of cities around the world, and they have an exclusive fragrance for each city. And I tried one of them yesterday, and it was so nice. No, Saturday. And it was so nice, and I was like, oh, you know what? I could see myself wearing this on the semi-regular. Maybe I'll just get one of the little, like, 15 milliliter bottles. It's only available until the end of September unless you go to the one shop in the world that sells it. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting myself that because I have to pay for my tooth. Cassie says, my wisdom tooth removal was free on the NHS, but all the appointments to that point were paid for. Interesting. But Leaky says, but if you get a checkup... if you get a checkup, root canal, and a load of x-rays, it's still covered by that 350 pound tier. Delightful. I mean, it's still 350 pounds, which hurts, but... yeah... we'll see. I guess we'll see how much they can cram into one sitting. I'm so afraid. I am genuinely very, very scared. So, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anyways, let me get, I've got like 2.5 minutes until we go into another ad break. So in that time, I'm going to take this palette's equivalent of blue, and I'm going to use this palette's equivalent of blue to paint in. And when I say this palette's equivalent of blue, what I mean is this color is not blue. This color is the closest we have to blue in this collection. And as you can see, it is not blue, but I think it works very harmoniously. Gonna go sideways. think it will work very harmoniously for our boorista's apron, who is having... I think our boorista is just having a nice, like a really nice filter coffee. Like something, what are some tasting notes you would want in your filter coffee in the autumn? I feel like maybe it's like a natural process coffee with some nice notes of maybe a little bit of almond and I saw a coffee the other day that had notes of sourdough toast, and I was like, that's such an interesting tasting note. I love the sound of that. Maybe like sourdough toast, almond, and a little bit of like dark cocoa. Maybe a hint of fruit in there somewhere, like, ooh, like red apple or something. That would be nice. Where is that coffee from? I don't know. Ooh, honey, cardamom, cinnamon, says Jenga. Oh, those all sound really good too. Cardamom and coffee is they're good friends to me. Hell yeah. Okay. I'll try and catch up with that. It's not the U.S. pricing where the price involves setting up a GoFundMe, says Leaky. I hate that so much. It makes me so angry every time I think about it. Cass says, as long as I could wait for the wisdom tooth removal, I could get it for free in the hospital. If it was urgent, I would have had to pay for it. The dentist don't know, but I need to be sedated, so hospital was. Oh, you poor thing. Coffee made from dates at the artisan market. Consider me intrigued. That sounds... I've heard of a lot of different coffee substitutes. Like, I've seen acorn coffee. I've had barley coffee before. I quite like it, actually, sometimes. I've never heard of date coffee. That sounds like it'd be really sweet. Interesting. Anyways, we're about to run into ads, so I'm going to BRB again. I'll be back in just a minute. Be right back, everyone. Thank you for sticking around, and BRB. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Thank you so much for sticking around. Hello, hello. No, that's not the right screen. Hold up. Where's my art camera? There we go. Sorry about that. Hi. Hello, hello. Samantha says, BRB screen. That means I haven't turned up just for the rain. You haven't. Hello, welcome in. Hope you are well. Lovely to see you, and welcome. King Dixon Ball says, late raider from Grumpy. This place seems very chill. I like. Oh, thank you very much indeed, and welcome on in. Hello. Abdi, thank you so much for the lurk. Naturally caffeine-free date coffee. I'm so intrigued. Leaky says, welcome back. I'm back in black. I am not. King Dixon Balls, thank you very much for the follow. My alerts are still broken, but let me see what I can do for you. Okay, hold up. There we go. Please imagine that was an alert. Not just me. I tried my best. Anyways, hi everyone. I returneth. Once again, like, do we like this? 'Cause I do. I just really like the way that this, I think I'm gonna do a second pass, because I want it to be a little bit more saturated. In terms of, like, depth of color. But I just heckin' love the way that this color granulates. It's so much fun. This used to be Cobalt Blue Deep, but, the actual pigment in Cobalt Blue Deep, it's a beautiful color in its own right, but it also is not the strongest of pigments. So when you combine it with something else, it kind of gets eaten quite a bit, but it's also a very strongly granulating pigment. So when you combine it with another strongly granulating pigment, you get some really nice, interesting color shifts, which is so fun. So much fun. No stress, lol, says King Dixon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And once again, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. Cobalt Blue. Sammy, someday you must do a painting of kobolds. I would love to do a painting of kobolds. I think that would be very fun. There are quite a few, like, critters and creatures and characters of, you know, sort of fantasy worlds that I would love to put my paintbrush to that I haven't yet. And cryptids as well. I need to paint all of the cryptids. More cryptid paintings should be forthcoming. Obviously, I do a lot of paintings of the Mothmen, I've done a couple pieces of the Fresno Nightcrawler, who's very fun to paint. I've done some Nessies. Um, what other cryptids? I need to do more cryptids. I've done some yokai. Yokai are fun as well. My favorite yokai that I've done is probably Kaso Obake, which is one of the I can't remember what is the name. Nessie, my close personal friend. I'm so jealous, Samantha. I am so jealous that you're close personal friends with Nessie. Please give her my warmest regards, my utmost respect. But yeah, there is a specific like subclass of I think I'll probably be easier to find it on my Ko-fi than trying to scroll through my Instagram. So just give me a second. There is a specific class of yokai which is a Japanese sort of monster, effectively, that are inanimate objects that have been that have grown sentience and like a spirit of their own, over years, decades, centuries of existence. And the Kasa Obake is the umbrella monster, and it's depending on the depiction. Sometimes they just have like eyes, sometimes they have one eye, sometimes they have like eyes and a mouth, with like a big scary tongue. Sometimes they hop on one foot, sometimes they have 2 feet. It really varies. So I did a painting of one I can't remember what the prompt was, but I did a painting of one, I think about a year and a half ago, which looks like this. It was one of my, I loved painting this. It was very fun. Yeah, there's a close-up of this little guy. They just have such little guy energy. But that's how you get Pokemon like Klefki. That's just like a ring of keys that is a Pokemon. That is very much takes after this Japanese tradition of inanimate objects that come to life, effectively. Some of them are benevolent spirits, some of them are sort of tricksy and will play tricks on people. Some of them straight up will straight up murder you. There's a lot of variation in this type of yokai, and it really annoys me that I can't remember what they're called. I'm gonna have to look it up. My Japanese is words for food mostly. Enough that I can tell when something on a restaurant menu is not something that I will be able to eat, which is probably the most important thing. But yokai, inanimate object. Have I spelled any of that correctly? Inanimate object yokai. Tskumogami. Tskumogami is the the subtype of yokai. I will pop the name. Tskumogami is the thems. Yeah, Samantha says, yeah, it annoys me so much when people bring up Klefki as an example of Pokemon running out of design ideas. Yeah, it's like, I can see, if you're not familiar with this type of creature, you could see someone just being like, oh, I just see an object on my desk, I'm gonna give it some, like, a cute face or whatever. But actually, it comes from a long, sort of folkloric tradition of these, this type of creature that's like, there's like a mattress creature, that's like a futon that comes to life. The umbrella monster, Kazawabake, who's my favorite. There's loads of different examples of this. It goes on. There's a reason it's a fairy type because it's based on an existing folklore sprite, says Samantha. Exactly. And B, in Gen 1, one of the Pokemon was a pile of sludge and another was literally just a ball that evolves into a bigger ball. Yep. Exactly. There. I honestly think that Klefki is such a clever and interesting and fun type of like Pokemon because, it's gonna be a unique design. It's very different, and it also draws, sort of it comes as a concept directly from like Japanese folklore. But I also understand that there's not really much reason for most people who aren't Japanese to know anything about Japanese folklore unless you happen to be interested in folklore and like creatures and cryptids and monsters and that kind of thing from various different, you know, like folklores and mythologies. Leaky, thank you so much for the lurk. I just really like creatures and cryptids and monsters from folklores and mythologies, so, you know, it's one of my interests. That's another, oh, speaking of creatures and cryptids and monsters from various mythologies, that's another character, sort of creature type thing that I've wanted to paint for a really long time. It's not Japanese, it's Manananggal. If you've never heard of Manananggal, she is, like, it's a vampire. It's from the Philippines. She is a vampire who nominally can disguise herself as, like, just looking like a regular woman. But then when she wants to, like, prey on people in the nighttime, she detaches the top half of her... She grows bat wings, detaches the top half of her body from her legs, and then goes flying off to, like, you know, attack her, like, drink blood of humans and stuff. But you can foil her plans by, if you find a Manananggal's legs just sort of hanging out, like, unsupervised somewhere, you can surmise that the Manananggal is out that night. I think it's if you pour salt onto her legs, then she won't be able to reattach her body to them and she'll eventually die. It's wild, and I love it. I think it's so neat. Anyways, so yeah. That's another creature that I really want to paint because I think, I just think these are so cool. They're so cool. It's fun. Anyways, but yes. Did I say thank you for the lurk, Leaky? Thank you for the lurk, Leaky. I appreciate it. Very much I do. Let me check and see if I missed any alerts. No. Because once again, my alerts are still broke. I'm hoping that I'll be able to fix this off stream. We'll see how we go. But apologies again that I've had to, like, do it from scratch, and yeah, so it's just finding some paintings in my studio to stick on screen for a minute while I attempt to sing a little song. Oh boy. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best, y'all. I think I'm gonna have to graduate to a smaller brush because I want to paint in these little cuppies and stuff, and I'm gonna need a little bit of a littler space in order to do that. So I think I'm going to take some of this nice bright red, which is cadmium red. It's cadmium red plus lunar red rock, being the best of friends. But cad red is quite a potent red in its own right. So this is going to be a nice like maple leaf red. Which is appropriate, because I am, as you can probably tell, a little Canadian. And when I say a little Canadian, I do mean a little Canadian, because I'm 5 feet tall also. I don't know if you can tell based on my voice that I'm 5 feet tall. Sometimes I feel like I do have the attitude of someone who's 5 feet tall. Whatever that means. But I am. So... Anyways, this mug is a beautiful shade of autumnal red. Delightful. Love that for this little ghosty. Yes. Next up, we have... I would like this beverage to be brown. I think... I was debating whether or not to, like, add a little bit of black to the brown to kind of darken it down a little bit, but I think this is going to be a light to medium roast filter coffee, so it doesn't need to actually be black. When you've got a really nice... like really high quality single origin coffee bean, you don't want to roast out all of those origin characteristics. You feel you want to leave some of that in there. So, so that's the deal with this little coffee cup. And I haven't used any of this color, so what the hey? I'm gonna take a little bit of this color, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this color. And I'm just going to make them be best friends. And we're going to use those to do a little... Gonna give this cuppy a little bit of like a gradient-y glaze just because I think that's fun. Just because I think that's fun. Anyways, oh no! Am I still... Okay. Okay, it seemed like it disconnected for a second and I genuinely wasn't sure whether or not I'd gone offline, but apparently not, so thank goodness for that. There we go. Nice little gradient of a glaze. I think that'll be pleasant for their coffee drinking enjoyments. Not sure what I'm going to do with this piece. It might end up being a sticker if I like it. I might zhuzh around with the composition a bit. Is that the boorista having a coffee break with their friend? This is the boorista having a coffee break with their friend. It is. Because you know what? They're a very hard-working little guy. They, you know, they're making coffees all day and other beverages and serving up cinnamon buns and maintaining a lovely cozy space where you can go read a book and drink a nice cup of coffee or tea or beverage of your choice. And they deserve to have some nice break times just hanging with their buddy, and their buddies come to visit, and so they made them really something, I don't know, I think this is maybe like a hot chocolate or something. It's really special. It's whatever it is, it's a very special drink. And I love that for them. But yes. Okay. I'm gonna take this black, and I think just to keep things interesting, I'm gonna turn my palette. And just to keep things interesting, I'm gonna add a little bit of. Actually, just gonna pick up a little neutral tint because this is a very warm black, and I would like it to be. It's still a little bit warm, but also mostly black for our ghost's little eyes. Here's hoping I can make a cute little eye shape and not ruin it. Yay! We've got one eye! We did it! Anyways, I hope y'all have exciting weeks coming up, or if your weeks aren't exciting, I hope at least they are fun. I have a deeply normal week coming up, which, to be honest, I'm okay with. I have a very exciting week coming up next week, during which I will not be streaming, so I'm happy about the fact that I get to stream this week, and that it is a full week of streams. I do apologize once again for having missed stream last week, but again, that was due to a medical emergency that could not be helped, because I did not plan to need to go get emergency dentistry, and then we'll have to go back again in a few weeks' time. But at least I have antibiotics and ibuprofen in the meantime to keep me going. But yeah. Anyways, remains to be seen how the stream schedule will shake out following that. I guess I'll let you know how I'm feeling once I've had my stuff done. But that'll be sort of around the first week of September, so I'll have to play it by ear at that point, but I'm sure it won't be that bad. It's pretty routine, I think. It's a pretty routine thing to get done, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Okie dokie. I guess I can do a little bit of shading if I want to. I don't see why not, so I'll do a little bit of shading. I might not finish the line weight on stream because I probably don't want to go on too much longer, but just some nice little bits where there might be some shadow. Because why not? Because shadows are fun. How does shadow work on Ghost? Don't ask me. I'm just goofing around, that's all. Shadow works however the heck I want it to work, because I'm having fun. That's all that matters. Well, it also matters that y'all are having fun. Are y'all having fun? I hope you're having fun. If you ain't, I apologize. Okay. What else do I need? Where's my red? Where's my red? Okay, that'll do it. There we are. Okay! Alright. I think that's probably about it. I mean, if you can see that they must be interacting with light in some capacity, says Samantha. Yes, I agree. I haven't made them fully transparent, because if they were fully transparent, you would be able to see, like, the gradient background all the way through them, and I didn't want to do that. Because I like having them be, like, fairly visible, I think, in the scene. And if we can see the background all the way through them, then I feel like they run the risk of just kind of disappearing. And then what's the point? So, ta-da! Yay! Cool. That went a lot faster than I thought it was going to. Anyways, I have, like, so many sketches and, like, half sketches and things that I'm working on right now, but I don't know, like, my brain is very much in, like, you just want to just keep putting your blorbos in situations mode, and I'm like, I can't paint Star Trek Deep Space Nine fan art on stream. That is too niche, even for me, on stream. Needs more books, says Samantha. I mean, you say that, like, I think we've seen this sketch before, but there are bookshelves in the background of this. But also, hello. But that being said, we did paint some books earlier. Do you want me to, hold on, I'm gonna finish the book. The books under this jackdaw. Would that satisfy the need for book? I will finish painting the book spines under this jackdaw. Okay? Alright. Hope that's okay. What color do I want this last? But I feel like a distinguished brown is a good choice for a nice, like, antiquarian tome. So that's what I'm going to put. I'm gonna add a little bit of this Mars Black to it, just to make it a nice sort of deep brown. Thusly. I think that'll do quite nicely. In fact. I hope, anyways. Sammy, you need to paint that fan art on stream. A, we love your art. B, you are cool and your interests are also cool. Thank you. I have a project in mind that I'm going to be working on at some point. It is tangentially related to a Star Trek. It's not going to be a stream thing, but it is going to be probably made into content, so you've got that to look forward to. It's very stupid. But I'm basically trying to hack my brain's inability to be productive on a project that I really need to work on by A, making it into content, and B, combining it with Star Trek. Oh, are these colors too similar? I feel like these colors are very close to each other. Oh no. Oh, I wonder if I can amend that slightly. If I do, like, a second pass with another color. I might be able to fix that a smidge, because I kind of wanna, because those colors are very similar. Okay, hold up. I'm stealing some yellow. I'm gonna add some yellow to it. Which is, ooh, the yellow pigment is, like, sitting on top, but it's also making it a very different brown, which I think, it's more of a golden brown, which I think will work better. Okay. Yeah, that definitely differentiates it way better than it did before. So, um, a Star Trek, just the one as a treat. Well, it's one of them. So, yeah. Um, but but yeah, I am going to attempt a bit of a productivity hack. A couple of productivity hacks. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm planning to do. I want to do an historical sewing project. But I'm really bad with like starting an historical sewing project and then taking a really stupidly long time to do it. So here are my two hacks. Number one, I will be like recording my progress. That's hack number one. I have a public obligation to produce this in a speed run-ish amount of time because I'm doing it for like content purposes. Number two, I am going to attempt to hack my productivity by being like, I really want to rewatch this series of Star Trek. So, for a set number of days every week, which is probably going to be about 5 days, I'm leaving the weekends off because I want to spend my weekends with my moderator / spouse. But 5 days out of the week, I'm going to spend the duration of watching an episode of Star Trek, which I really would like to rewatch from the beginning. I'm going to spend that entire time working on this historical sewing project. So, this is niche content that appeals to no one. Because I'm like, if you know how big is the bit in the middle of the Venn diagram of people who both want to experience me experiencing a Star Trek that I haven't watched in a while again, which probably isn't going to factor much into the content of it, and also me making an 18th century shirt. Probably not that many. The best time to start a historical sewing project in the past, otherwise is more of a future sewing project. Yeah, that's true. Anyways, that's my plan. It's very stupid, but I think that doing it in this way will actually force me to do it. Cause yeah, otherwise I have a tendency to, I'll start a sewing project and then it just kind of sits and I'll do like 10 minutes of it like every couple of weeks. And it just takes months and months to get done. And I'd like to be able to do a little bit better than that at it. So, if I can, that would be super rad. But I think giving myself, like, I have this chunk of time in a day that I'm just going to work on it. But also this is a chunk of time in my day when I am doing something else that's like a leisurely thing that I want to enjoy. And I like having things on in the background while I work on stuff. I think it's going to be a good way to hack my productivity a little bit. But anyways. Yeah. I realize this isn't quite done, but I think I'm going to call it there for today. Because the stream is borked. And I'm sorry that stream was borked today. But I hope you had fun anyways. I love these ghosts. And I'm happy that they're having a nice time together. And I wish that the weather was such that I too could wear a little burgundy wool beret and drink a hot chocolate and not feel like that wouldn't make me feel like boo-boo garbage because it's like 29 degrees here. Also, I apologize again for the fan noise. Thank you for sticking around despite the fact that I've got an electric fan running. I've set it as far away from me as possible so you don't hear the noise too much, but the result of this is that it's on the floor. And because it's on the floor, it's basically just blowing at my legs. So at least my legs have been nice and cool. Thank you, Joe. Much love to you too. Thank you. Hello. Keep cool. Don't worry about us. Well, I do worry about you because you're my wonderful community of peoples, and you're good people, and I want you to be well and also have a nice time. But anywho, also cute ghosts. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna take a little look-see and see if there's anyone online that I can do a little raid on. Hopefully someone is doing something and we can go say hello. Who's doing a thing? Oh, lots of people are doing a thing. Ooh, I know where we're gonna go. Hold up. I know exactly where we're gonna go. You were doing books at some point, asks Joe. Hold up. The interview ran long. I hope it went well. I hope you had a nice time. You got this. Assuming you want to have gotten it. But hell yeah. I am going to send us on a little raid. It was a screening call, so not too bad. Nice. Cool. Let me get this raid set up. If I can. We're gonna go say hello to someone that some members of the channel might be familiar with, if I can get it to... My computer's running super slow and chuggy today. No, oh, come on. What do you mean no channels fine? They're live and they're my friend. Let me rate them. I don't know if y'all have heard of a little game called Hollow Knight. But they're playing Hollow Knight and also making art. So I think that would be a nice place to hang out in. But yeah, we did paint some books. I hope you enjoyed. Bird is cute. The bird is a jackdaw. And I hope that you like them. Well, apologies again for the fact that the doodad was not working. You know, the thing, the doodad, come on, brain. The alerts were not working. I'm so sorry about that. But thank you again for your patience. I can't get... Oh my computer is genuinely... It is running at about 1 frame per second. I'm trying to get the generic raid message in the chat, and it is just not wanting to play ball. Anyways. Hollow Knight and art, never have these two concepts been combined, said Samantha. I know, it is a completely novel concept. I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, there's a generic raid message. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know anymore. But anyways, we're gonna go raid Silk Song Sketcher, who you may have heard of. If you haven't, she's great. Anyways, I will see you hopefully again soon. I'll be back on Thursday playing Fields of Mysteria. Thank you so much for watching. Good night and good luck.